Hello everyone. This is video number 1000 on this channel. I've been at it for around 14 years here, since 2011, and I wanted to answer some of your questions on the channel and specifically your YouTube questions for this particular video. So I wrote down here some of these questions. I keep track of them from emails. I get lots and lots of emails every week and comments on the channel, and every once in a while I'll get duplicates of several questions, and I'll write them down, and when I do one of these things, when I have a chance, these question and answer videos, I basically try to answer as many of the questions that I can. So we'll start here with some of the YouTube technical questions. The first one is, why does the timing of the video not match the audio? It does actually, but the problem usually is that whoever's watching it is using Bluetooth headphones or some sort of Bluetooth speaker, and there's a delay with Bluetooth, several milliseconds, so it'll seem like the video's happening and then the audio, or vice versa. It's sort of like a Godzilla movie in that respect, an old one that's dubbed. So you don't want to do that. Use Bluetooth speakers or headphones like that. Just, if you can do some sort of plug-in headphone, that'd be great. There's other settings that you can get into as well to fix that. Some apps have settings to fix that, but that can be a problem with some Bluetooth headphones or plugs or whatever you're using. So that's it for that, okay? Next one, do you make a lot of money from YouTube? That's actually a very common question that I guess people are asking looking to start a channel. No, I do not. It does not pay well at all. They pay content creators nothing, basically. But the good news for me is it helps me get my books out there, my sticks, my ideas, and it's nice to have sort of a library as I'm aging here that I can fall back on. For my students, I could say, go watch this, go watch that. Over the years I've recorded, obviously almost 1,000 videos, and most all of them are me playing in them. And so I've recorded entire books. I could always tell one of my students, go check out this book. And it's nice to have something out there when I'm, really old someday and I can't play too well anymore. I want to have something out there for myself, really. So it's almost a selfish kind of thing in that way, and I'm just putting videos up. And we'll talk about another question in a minute that pertains to this, but I normally just put things up that I want to do. I'm not catering to any specific thing. I definitely do not rely on it for any kind of life, income, or anything like that. I play all the time. I have a college gig that's great. I have an orchestra gig that's great. I have a recording studio. I have lots of sources of income that I can rely on, and this is not one of them. This is sort of a project that I do out of love for the instrument. Next one, why won't you answer my email? Okay, so I get a lot of emails every week, and a lot of them are from the YouTube channel. Probably 100 a week I get. And that's great, but I do get around to answering them eventually. I think some of you will find maybe a couple weeks later you'll get a reply from me. I keep a box in my Gmail that's just for YouTube. And so when I get an email, I'll put it in there. Sometimes I miss it. So what I would say is if I don't respond to your email, just send it again. It won't upset me or anything. Just kind of nag me, okay? Some of you send really touching, beautiful emails, your whole story. I love that. I'll read them a lot at orchestra rehearsals when I'm sitting my butt waiting to play, or if I have a movement off or a piece off. That's when I'm answering most of these YouTube questions and comments and my emails when I'm at rehearsals. So it gives me something to do there while I'm waiting. So just be patient. I usually answer every single one eventually. Okay, why doesn't my comment show up on the channel? So there could be a couple reasons for that. It could be a technical thing on your end sometimes. Sometimes I may not get them. I know people said they've left comments that I've never seen. So that could happen. Now, sometimes I actually delete them. So if you send a comment that's completely ridiculous, I can't understand what you're saying, I can translate anything. That's easy. There's a button there, translate. So any language you want to use, A-OK with me. And sometimes I'll respond in your language, okay? But if it's like some sort of, gibberish that I can't understand at all using just syllables or something, I'm probably going to delete that because that's not going to help anybody. And then the other comment I will delete are just comments with a lot of profanity, comments that are just like, if you're having a bad day, you just felt like sending a comment. The world we're living in now with social media, and you have some name that it's not your real name, and people say all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm actually not on any social media just because of that. People can hide behind some sort of identity, and they'd never say to that stuff to you in person, to your face, but they feel like they're emboldened because they're invisible. So I will delete those. And the next question is, why can't I comment on the channel, which is related? That's because I've most likely blocked you because you've sent something that I just don't want to read. And, that happens with everybody, and that's the good thing about YouTube. You just block someone and never see him again. So that's what happened. So if you don't want me to block you, you can be critical and all that. There's plenty of critical comments, but you need to be, an adult about it, and you need to not use bad language, please. And, you need to make some sense. And remember, there's young people reading these comments and watching these videos, and a lot of them. So, we don't want to give them the wrong message. So that's why you've probably been blocked. Okay, problems with YouTube. So a lot of you asked me about issues, making videos and all this, because I know a lot of you are trying to do a channel and all this. And well, there's a lot of problems with YouTube, and they know it. And obviously they have to make as much money as they can, just like anything in this country, just like healthcare, and it goes on and on. So it's all about capitalism, and if you want to use the format, you got to use the system, and you're stuck in it. And I can't change that by myself. And I'm just going to keep putting videos up for what it's worth, and that's going to be the way it is. But there are some serious issues that go on, and I do my best to correct them. One is these companies will go fishing, and they have these automated things that will flag a video if they hear a specific drum beat, like just a simple, usually it's the simplest thing I'll play, like an AC/DC Back in Black thing or something. All of a sudden it'll get flagged by some stupid LLC company or studio or something, so they want to share any revenue that you make. And then I basically send them an email threatening legal action, and I hear back from them normally right away saying that, oh, we're sorry, it's automated. So they're phishing. So that's a common thing. Once you're a creator, now to be a creator, you have to have a certain number of subscribers. I don't know what it's up to now, but in the old days, it was like 5,000, which is a lot. Or maybe 1,000 originally. They keep upping it, and all that. Again, so they can make more money. And they're not having to pay you any money. So that's part of the game there. And of course, YouTube has these algorithms. You can read all about them online, but if it's something really flashy, or my videos are not flashy. I don't have the quick cuts. I don't have crazy looking things. I don't have cartoon characters. They're real simple. It's like kind of just reflects how I do things. I just like, I don't dress fancy, and I might come in here looking in my pajamas and just play. And, I really don't care what anyone thinks. I'll just put it up there. But that's the algorithm. It catches things like smiles, and, it's crazy. It's a very bizarre thing. And if you're a creator, And you know this out there, they try to give you all these tips and all that. I don't really give a crap about any of that. So I'm just doing whatever I want to do on there, and that's it. So since I'm not relying on it for income. Now, these people who rely on it for their income, I really feel sorry for them because they're having to jump through hoops and do all this stuff, and I guess their lives depend on it. But that's not where I'm at with this. So those are the things about YouTube that you might want to know how it works. Now, the other things are the technical things. So first of all, those of you sometimes look at my channel and say it's low resolution. You got to go under the settings and set it for high resolution, high def. It basically defaults to like a really low res so they can save on their streaming speeds. They can stream more if you're not watching at high res. So you got to change that, okay, in there. It's real easy. The settings are very useful. It's just a little settings dial just like on your computer. Okay, the other thing you can do there is change the speed. So those of you who complain I'm doing something too fast or too slow or whatever, you can go on there and change the speed. You can make it faster, you can make it slower. It's super useful. You can put things in slow motion so you can see everything in very much slow motion. All right. Now you will notice I do have timestamps that I try to do on certain videos so you can find things quick. If you don't want to hear me talk on and on about something, you can skip right ahead to the drum set part or the playing part. I'll always normally put that in a timestamp. The other thing you should be aware of are the playlists. So I have lots and lots of playlists up there. So these are collections of videos. They might be about equipment, might be about snare drums, they might be particular books, specific techniques, all kinds of stuff up there. So go to those playlists, they're really useful. So I'm really into recording books that I love, that I use with my students, entire books. I've recorded several of them, and you can go to that playlist and see the whole book on there. Okay, and so that's very useful if you're not used to doing that on YouTube. So hopefully that helps with some of these YouTube questions about the technical things about the channel. So thanks once again. Like I said, video 1000, and hopefully there'll be a video 2000. I don't know. I'll be ancient by that time, but I've really enjoyed it so far, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks.